guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you newest bkbeauty release. This is their True Beauty palette. So this is what this looks like. We're going to be creating 3 makeup looks. We're going to be doing swatches and everything like that. So if that sounds fun and this is first time here, I'm Gigi. Thanks so much for clicking on my channel. I hope you stay subscribed for more. Click that red button below and also come over to my Instagram because over there we do fun things. I keep you posted on new makeup sales, makeup releases, everything like that. So go ahead and follow me there, and without further ado, let's start. Alright you guys, and let's begin. And as I mentioned, bkbeauty newest palette. So if you don't know what bkbeauty is, this is pretty much a brand that was started by Lisa J. She is a content creator here on YouTube, and I have followed her for it feels like, I don't know, years. I love her makeup style. She's super classy and beautiful. She creates the most soft and beautiful looks, so I am not surprised one bit that this was her creation. So her brand started off with brushes, and these are very popular, very beautiful and really good quality synthetic brushes. These are 2 of my favorite ones, the 104 to set all over the face, and then the 101, which is my favorite brush ever to apply foundation. So she started off with brushes, and now she's released her eyeshadow palette. This is called True Beauty. And as I watched her release a video where she was talking about this palette, she was talking about what True Beauty meant to her, and I think it's beautiful. I am not surprised that this is what True Beauty means to her according to what she was talking about. So very neutral, very simple, very easy to grab, very easy to apply kind of shadows, and you're gonna see that in just a minute when I create my 3 makeup looks. But yeah, so this palette, as I said, released a few days ago, and I bought it from bkbeauty. This palette retails for 45 US dollars, and I believe 65 Canadians. I bought it directly from their site, and they do ship internationally, just in case you are wondering. I am in Canada, so I always talk about Canadian prices, but for some reason I can't, and I did have to pay shipping. I did pay expedited shipping so that I could get it real quick, you know, to make the review for you, and I paid $22.92 for shipping. So these cost me a pretty penny, I'm not gonna lie, when you convert them to Canadians. So again, it is 45 US. When it got to me, actually I had to pay customs, so I need to mention that once again for my Canadian peeps. I did pay 23 Canadian dollars in customs when I got it. That's something to keep in mind. I don't know why I paid custom for this palette, because when I ordered the brushes previously, they didn't charge me customs. So it is weird how they think, but this is what happened. What ifs. This gorgeous palette features 12 shades balanced with 6 matte and 6 shimmer shades. The palette was created to be an everyday essentials palette, offering neutrals with a little pop of color. These shades complement every single tone and every skin texture. You'll find the shimmers offer a soft, creamy texture and can be layered or worn alone. This palette is 100% cruelty-free and is vegan. It is free from parabens and sulfates, and it is free from petroleum-based ingredients. And this was actually made in Canada. I didn't know that. Anyways, this is a True Beauty for you. We're going to move on to the 3 makeup looks that I created using this palette, and then we're going to be doing swatches and then jump into final thoughts. Alright friends, so now let's do a second look, and for this look I want to use the purple for one of them. So I am going to take Grace and I'm gonna run it on my crease as a transition color, and these just blend beautiful. Like for my first look, it was just so easy to blend and apply it. I am very impressed, very happy with the blendability of these mattes. You can see that was like so easy and effortlessly, and this color is perfection for transition. If you wanted something more neutral, you can totally use Love, which I'm actually gonna mix a little. Then I'm gonna take the shade Dream, which is the darkest in the palette, and I'm gonna put it in my outer V, and then I'm gonna put Kate, the purple, on my lid. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of Dream. I don't wanna make it extremely smoky, just a little bit. I'm gonna take Kate, so that purple, the lilac shade, and I'm gonna apply it dry, and then I am going to wet my brush. Dream had a lot of fallout, the darkest shade that I use, so you want to be careful. And as soon as you wet these shadows, they just become very, just really pigmented and nice. Super creamy. You can see how opaque this purple looks when you wet your shadow. And then I am going to take Brooklyn, which is this cream shade, and I'm going to place it in my inner corner. I'm gonna take a little bit of Queen, which is the matte, darkest matte. Just gonna blend my outer V. And I'm going to take same Queen, and I'm going to run it on my lower lash. And then for my other look, I'm cleaning my brush here. I'm going to create something really soft and neutral. So I am going to dip into Love, and I'm going to apply that on my crease. Beautiful neutral transition shade. I love these kind of browns for an all matte look. Then I'm going to apply Amor, which is love in Spanish. I'm going to apply it all over my lid, and I'm going to do it dry, and then I'll wet my brush. And that was a beautiful one shade. And then I'm going to take Brooklyn again, which is that cream, and I'm going to put it in my inner corner. For my lower lash, I'm going to take the same Love So I do have fallout from these shadows. I find that because they are very soft, so I'm just taking Love, just intensifying my outer V and just blending the edges. Alright friends, so let me finish up my eyes with just liner, mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright friends, and I'm back and I finished up my eyebrows because for some reason I did my whole tutorial without eyebrows. I'm tired at this point. I am so sorry. I apologize. But anyways, I finished up my brows. I, of course, applied a little bit of black liner, brown in my lower lash, and then just mascara. And these are my two looks. Alright you guys, so now you've seen the 3 looks I created, you saw some swatches, and now let's talk what I think of formula and the palette. I think that this is extremely neutral and just a beginner friendly kind of palette. I think that you have here everything that you need for an everyday person. I love that you have the pale tones to like highlight your brow bone. You get like every single neutral that you need is in here. Lisa talked about this in her video. She wanted a basic palette, she wanted an everyday palette, really soft and very pretty, and this is it. 100%. Shimmers are beautiful, mattes are beautiful, so blendable. I was very surprised with the blendability of those mattes. Really opaque, you can build them up if you need to. I am very happy. I have to say that all the shades here have a fallout. These here had a ton of it, the darkest shade, which is not a full-on matte. It is actually a shimmery shadow, which I like to be this, the deeper shade in the palette, because when you have a super deep like this, they tend to be really muddy and not blend really nicely. If you wanted to deepen out your outer V, this was perfect to it. So pretty, really easy to just blend and apply. Could you absolutely dupe every single shade in here? You could. I didn't want to go into the trouble to do it, to be really honest with you all, because this is very basic. It is really simple. I probably have every single shade in my collection and I didn't feel like going you know, dipping into multiple palettes to achieve this exact palette, which I probably could if I needed to, but I don't think that I have one palette that has this shade. But I'll be honest, I don't think I have that one palette that have this combination of shades in just one place. So I always say this in my videos, there is something very special about having every single neutral in one palette. I love neutral palettes. This is, for me, this is going to be for sure a must-have, a go-to if I want to create a beautiful, simple, and elegant look to go to work. I just love it. I really love this palette. So something to point out, I did had a ton of fallout with this palette. The shimmers in here are just so soft. The formula of them, when you go to pick it up, like it's just a super soft and just a very delicate. So I felt like if I didn't wet them, then I had fallout. But when I applied them, you know, wet, with my brush wet, it was just perfection. They were just so creamy, like you were just applying a creamy shade. This one also had fallout. I had fallout on my face when I applied it. I don't feel like particularly these other mattes, they have fallout. Like when you put your brush, let's do that, you don't get a ton of kickback, but you do with the shimmers. So say, is this a matte one? Yeah, so this one, like you see, it's just normal, like you're picking up normal. It is not an insane amount on the palette, but when you do that with something like this is just very just crumbly and delicate, and this picked up a ton of it. So that's something to keep in mind. I did wanted to point that out. This is, I don't know, it is a beautiful formula, very delicate, so you want to be you know, careful as you apply. I really love this palette. I think it's a beautiful packaging. I love how portable it is. I love the light pink and rose gold, you know, print at the front. I love the mirror. I love the shades. I feel like the combination of shades that she picked are beautiful. You get really nice matte browns, you get neutral browns, you get warm browns. Again, you get the lightest, this one for your brow bone, matte for all over to set your shadows beforehand, and then you get your shimmery one for the inner corner highlight. I think you have absolutely every single shade that you need here to create beautiful everyday looks, and I think I'm gonna be reaching for these if I'm going to work, if I'm going to, you know, to run errands. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful palette, and I think it's a great job and great start for BK Beauty as a brand. I cannot wait to see what else they got in store for us. Alright friends, and that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this eyeshadow palette? What brushes from BK Beauty are your must-have? I would love to know. Thanks so much you guys for your love and support. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!